The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Nobody's listening, no. Nobody's listening, no. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody's listening, no. Nobody's listening. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody wants to hear them speak.
Thank you for downloading, streaming, or however it is that you listen to the Not Listening podcast. Podcast. I'm Adam.
I'm Ash.
Get to the mic, you.
I'm Ash.
Batman voice. And you are?
Well,
Welcome along, everybody. We're going to geek out in today's episode. I know the Batman v Superman trailer and Suicide Squad trailer had been out at Comic-Con weeks ago, but these two...
We're going to offer some new insight, something you've never heard before. Two morons, three morons, basically. I was going to say two morons, I meant me and Ash, but I realised you're a moron as well, so actually say oi. Sorry for not including you in the moron.
Thanks.
What the hell's Comic-Con?
Yeah, so they're going to watch the trailer for the first time, both of them, because they haven't actually seen them. So, if you would like to tweet along your views on both these trailers, you can at Bark Podcast or at Not Listening Pod, or if you just go to the website www.notlistening.co.uk, do some commenting, reading, all the stuff. I'll put links and the trailers in the post, and you can even go back and listen back to other stuff we've talked about, Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad as well. Right, you ready? You ready to get some Batman, Superman action?
Well, I'm pleased to say we've already recorded it, so...
Shut up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's this confused?
Let's go on.
Just go kaboom.
Let's go on with a podcast that hasn't been recorded yet.
Oh, yes, that
What
one
does
that we
this
did, that
button
one we
do?
just did.
Hashtag not listening.
So, we have just watched the new Batman vs Superman trailer, and I have to say, for one, I am left stone fucking cold.
Right, okay. Let's
confused.
To get this clear, the trailer's been out a while now,
Yeah.
a couple of weeks.
Came out of Gamescom, yeah?
At Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, whatever.
Fucking hell. I've watched it about 100 million times because I am the complete opposite to Will, and I fucking loved it. I thought it was amazing. Now,
That's the first time I've watched it, but I'm very confused.
right, okay, so I've already done stuff on the blog, on the website. I've gone on my radio show and I've geeked out about it. I've even I think I've clipped out part of what me and a guy called Curtis from the radio geeked out about it. So I'm going to kind of take a step back and just let you two have your view on it, because you're entitled to your opinions, no matter how wrong they are. But you're entitled to have your little bashing about Batman and that. But I would it's quite interesting to hear what you guys think, because I'm kind of amazed that you two haven't actually seen the trailer till tonight. So,
Well, I must admit, I'm slightly biased on this because I'd seen a previous trailer which left me stone cold and unimpressed.
the teaser one, yeah,
Yeah, the teaser. I don't know why Batman is fighting Superman, but I can't bring myself to care. I personally find the whole Batman versus Superman pairing, until Batman has kryptonite, so horribly overpowered. And I know they're pushing you to support the underdog, so it'll always be, oh yes, Batman must win. But I saw what Ben Affleck did to Daredevil.
Right. I said I'm going to let you talk, but get over it. Get
Why?
over the fact that Ben Affleck was Daredevil.
Why?
Because
If
it's
they,
irrelevant now.
What if they cast the next Batman after this as Adam Sandler?
We'll get to that if that happens.
Then you're going to execute Batman.
But you never could be a good Batman.
But this is the thing. What my biggest thing from that, biggest take off that is,
What the fuck?
I'm confused because is Batman a bad guy?
Right, do you want me to try and
Because,
explain?
no, hang on. From what I saw of that trailer, Superman is rescuing the guys that are sitting in a rocket and the rocket blows up for some reason. And considering it's Superman v Batman, has Batman blown up the rocket to start with? But then they're fighting each other. Batman's always always thought he was supposed to be a good guy.
You're very binary, aren't you, old boy?
What, one or the other?
Precisely, black or white. I would expect
Yeah.
the film to be certainly looking for middle ground. Now, it's all down to perceptions. Now, for example, ISIS generally see the West as being somewhat corrupt and awful and capitalistic and
So
not
they're
following
Batman
their
in this
tenets.
film.
But at the same time, the West generally see ISIS as bad guys now, so both could be doing the best thing from their perspective, but they just might not see eye to eye, thus putting them in opposition. Now, for example, Batman won't kill. I don't know if Superman does or doesn't kill, but what
I don't
if
think he's ever
perhaps
killed
there's a
anyone.
certain thing they argue, oh, well, he's a cunt, he blows shit up, he will have killed people.
Superman killed one person, that was Zod at the end of Man of Steel, but that's only to stop him from killing.
Oh, I'd forgotten
humans.
about Zod. Now, how ridiculous a name for an enemy is Zod?
You wouldn't say it to his face, though, would you?
I don't remember. I'd just call him a bit of a cheeky Zod. Oh, you soppy Zod. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. As bad guy names go, you don't just go, well, it sounds a bit like Sod, so that'll do.
No, but
But
he's,
if
a
he does
he's a
it-
general. He's a general.
This is the thing, though. Yeah, he's a general, but if he does take it badly, then you're not going to be around long enough to really know.
So does that mean at one point he was a bit of a major Sod?
He was a major Sod,
Yeah.
Sergeant Sod.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
That's true.
But to answer your point, so we don't know, and there might actually be a plot to this, possibly.
I know.
Ooh, okay, so what's with the argument between Superman and Batman?
Right.
What's got their knickers in a twist?
I know
their bat knickers,
they're-
and their kryptonite knickers.
They've
There
got
are-
their capes tied together.
I know for a fact there are people out there listening to this right now who are screaming at you two from the Geek World going, fucking get with the program, you two. Jesus. Right, okay. You have read...
It's pronounced Jesus.
you have read Dark Knight Returns, right?
Probably, yeah.
The
Read it?
graphic novel,
Yes.
right? Where
I don't read it.
where-
I look at the pictures
where
mostly on
the,
those things.
the government
Reading's
sends...
done with real books.
The government sends Superman to go and stop Batman from being a vigilante in Gotham City.
Yeah, because he's breaking the law. Breaking the law.
And,
And Superman is sworn to uphold the law.
and he goes to fight him, and he beats him because he has kryptonite in him to sort of slow him down, and he's cleverer than Superman. Right, this story is taking elements from lots of different parts of the whole Batman-Superman mythology. It's the dawn of justice, so it's the start of Justice League, hence why you saw Wonder Woman in the trailer.
I'll tell you I know you explained this,
That
but
confused me.
my trouble is Superman, the guy playing him, looks like a smug git. Right?
He's got a sleep
And
head.
Batman is Ben Affleck, thus is a smug git.
Bum chin.
And in the fight of the smug gits, I'll quite happily walk away hoping just one of them dies. a minimum.
You're like you're rooting
I'm
behind Lex
with Lex,
Luthor.
but
See,
he
that's the
looked
thing,
like,
though. Lex-
but he looks like less of a criminal mastermind than the kind of guy who'll just slip something dodgy in a woman's drink to get her home with it.
It's the funny man out of Zombieland.
He's the guy from Social Network, is Mark Zuckerberg.
He just looks
Yeah, I know,
fucking
watch that one.
rapey to me.
Anyway,
I've always seen him in comedies. He's
Anyway.
always been the idiot.
so the idea of Batman v Superman, the storyline is based on this. At the end of Man of Steel, Superman was kind of new, wasn't he? He got brought to come to Earth, and then Zod come down, and he was like, "You hand over him now, because
Fucking cheeky
or I'm going to destroy the Earth." So then they let him go, but then Zod's like, "Well, no, I'm going to turn Earth into Krypton." So I'm pretty much going to kill everybody on Earth and turn the planet into my own planet.
So then they change their mind and they accept him.
So then Superman goes to save the world,
Mm.
and then what happens is he ends up in a massive fight with General Zod, which then accumulates into a massive city getting demolished, or Metropolis. And if you watch Man of Steel...
Oh, so on the bright side, when you say he's killed one person, frankly, he probably wiped out a fuckload.
Well, no,
So
this is it, this is it.
when you saw the bit there in the trailer where there's the Wayne Enterprises sign,
Yeah.
it's on the floor. He's actually just wiped out Metropolis, so he's only taken out a branch office. So why is Bruce Wayne's father kneeling down outside his little branch office, not in his headquarters in Gotham?
He's getting ready to blow him.
No, what's happening with all this is that at the end of Man of Steel, there's a massive fight. Superman's trying to stop Zod from destroying everything. In there's a bit of casualties happening, people are getting hurt,
All right.
buildings are getting
All right,
demolished. Right.
let's move away from the reasoning.
So-
Right, I'm
Batman-
I'm left cold by this. What I want to know is what excites you about this?
Because it's Batman versus Superman. And they're not going to fight the whole movie. It's only going to be half the movie. They're going to... Batman, a.k.a...
And then they're going to be bum chums.
Batman, a.k.a.
Bum
Bruce
chin
Lee-
chums. Bum chin chums.
Bum chin chums.
Bum
and,
chin chum- I swear I've ordered out the Chinese takeaway somewhere.
it's a number 42.
But Batman, a.k.a. Bruce Wayne, is actually angry because he doesn't think that we should allow someone with this much power...
You shouldn't halal it.
allow it or get religious. They shouldn't allow someone this much power, so he has to destroy Superman. He thinks he's a bad guy. He thinks that he has come to destroy Earth, so he has to fight him back.
So he was living in his bat cave when he saved Earth from Zod. Or
No,
Sod,
he
or
saw it
whatever his name
happen,
is.
but he didn't know what was going on. And he's like, these are just two aliens come from another planet and they're destroying our planet. He shouldn't be here. Let's destroy him.
So basically, Batman
But
wasn't that
the
clever.
idea is that Lex Luthor is behind it all, kind
Stop
of.
whacking the table, by the way.
Sorry.
Lex Luthor is around kind of prodding and trying to make people think that Superman's a bad guy when he's not. He's there to help. So then Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, thinks you are a bad guy. But then Wonder Woman's there to kind of jump in and say, no, guy, there's a
Hang
bigger...
on, Wonder Woman's in it?
Wonder Woman, you didn't see
Did
her?
you see
saw
her?
her. Yeah,
She was
fucking turns
lying
up.
there, and all of a sudden there was a woman throwing people about.
Yeah. And then what happens is that then the idea is that then Wonder Woman will take, guys,
Clearly I switched off at
there's
some
a
point.
bigger threat. There's a bigger threat, which Lex Luthor has got up his sleeve. He's sorting something out.
That's why you switch from a normal guitar to a bass guitar.
Right.
You get a bigger fret.
But I'm fucking excited. All right.
As you can tell, I'm just not.
Should we pause this now and watch the Suicide Squad trailer?
Now that interests me a lot more.
Now that could tie in with this whole DC world of Justice League and characters.
Suicide Squad interests me more.
Right, okay, let's watch that one. So people at home won't even notice. Okay, we just watched the Suicide Squad trailer. I've seen it again 1,000 times since it came out, but these two have just watched it for the very first time. Again, I'm going to sit back and just let you two talk about it. What did you think?
Well, like I say, I mean, the Batman versus Superman one left me cold, and quite frankly, this one doesn't.
Oh,
This looks fucking awesome.
Okay.
Cool. I was asking questions about who was that and who was this
Yeah.
and who is that. I couldn't work from the trailer. Couldn't work out who the characters are. But I'm not a real comic book reader
No.
or anything like that. And Deadshot, I always thought he had a little thing over his eye, and of course Will
he does.
Will Smith. Is
You were
the
about to say
cover
Will
up.
Ferrell, weren't
Will
you?
Ferrell.
No, I was.
You said
I
Will
was just flirting there.
Will
Flirting the way.
But no, I
didn't
have
have
to
anything.
say, I've always had a big thing for the Harley Quinn character.
Big thing?
They're not that big. But no, what's the actress playing Harley?
Margot Robbie.
Now, I'm
Never heard
not
of
familiar with any of her work.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Not seen it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, she's in that.
Yeah.
but I have to say, it looks like she's playing the mental, ex-Joker's therapist who's been captured by the Joker and tortured into loving him.
And the Joker's
turned bonkers
in
to
it
a
as
T.
well?
Yeah, the new
Yeah.
Joker. I'm interested with.
See,
he's,
do you know
he's
what?
looking.
Metal teeth. He looks a bit like Jaws.
It's
Or Goldie.
It's refreshing
Or Goldie.
hearing
Or is there
two
silver?
people like you talk about these films, because all I hear online and people that are so into the comics and so into previous incarnations and stuff that they have this kind of they have to hate everything
Or have to love it,
automatically.
yeah.
And then, but it's nice to hear you two go, yeah, I think the Joker looks pretty good. I think he looks awesome.
Like I say, my point with this, I mean, we've watched those two trailers and we've done it in the same ep for good reason, within, realistic recording-wise, within a few minutes of each other.
Yeah.
And I'd never seen either of these. Same
Nope,
with you,
I
Ash.
hadn't seen either.
And
of
I have
these
to,
either.
like I say, for me, the Batman versus Superman just felt overly cartoony, overpowered, overhyped, and just a bit boring because it's this big struggle of the Titans, whereas I get the feeling that the whole Suicide Squad is going to be much more dynamic, more political, more...
Looks dirty, doesn't it?
It's down and dirty, but it's going to be based on a genuine story rather than just two Titans constantly battling each other.
You saying that? Yeah, I agree with that. I was confused with the Batman v Superman because I don't understand why two people that I see as good guys are going to fight each
The
other. because they've
dynamics
gotta
were
be-
not right.
They've got they're both then classified as idiots if they fight each other. Because
I've
they're both
explained
trying to
that.
save
We'll
people.
get covered up.
You've covered all of that bit, but then you've got the Suicide Squad. You know exactly what it's all about. They're a bunch of absolute loonies who are going to be sent into situations
bad
to
guys.
actually sort stuff out.
They're
And
bad
it's-
guys or
Yeah.
vigilantes that are not well loved.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, it's interesting.
They're
My,
cool.
my understanding of the Suicide Squad film is it's not going to massively involve the Joker. He's not one of the main characters. It's interesting.
No, it will be heavily influenced by the
He's-
Joker.
Precisely, but I don't believe he's a key character as in a lot of the film the whole way through. It's
It's
interesting
not-
that he's heavily in the trailer.
I think the use of Jared Leto as the Joker is going to be the way to link in.
Shock value as much as anything.
No, it's to link in Batman v Superman, Justice League, and all the stuff it's connecting together.
Well, also, because I believe Ben Affleck has confirmed recently that he will be writing, directing, and starring in a standalone Batman
Yeah,
film,
which will-
made me vomit a little bit
No, because what will happen is that
and
this-
ejaculate.
in Batman v Superman, what you missed in the Batman v Superman trailer was there was a Robin suit.
Oh,
and it had graffiti on it.
The other thing
Was
I
that the
missed
Robin
in-
suit? I thought that was the Batman suit.
It
That's
was-
why it made me think that he was a bad guy.
No, he had Robin suit with "Ha the joke's on you."
Yeah.
So the idea, I think, of the Suicide Squad is that the Joker has done something to Batman in the past, because obviously Batman v Superman, Batman's supposed to have been there.
Oh, the
done
Batman
that.
has Batman and Joker got some sort of history then?
No, but this is what they're going to play out. It's not like you're not going to meet him for the first time. He knows all about him.
Yeah.
The reason, obviously, they're thinking that Jared Leto has grills and his
Basically,
teeth.
they've realised how well Marvel are doing with the whole combined
Yeah,
universe.
but they're also
absolutely.
starting ahead.
But I'm
And
looking forward to it.
did
I'm
you
looking
s-
forward to DC having a competing universe to what
Yeah.
Marvel have managed.
Yeah, did you see in the trailer that Batman was on top of the Lamborghini whilst Joker and Harley Quinn were driving away?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Batman is going to be in this, but he's not going to be a lot.
He's
in
going
it
to be a
lot.
feature of it, but
Flashback,
not a key
possibly,
character.
yeah.
Cameo, basically,
I
I
mean,
believe.
my prediction of what I reckon the story is going to revolve around is that Amanda Waller, the black lady at the beginning, she's put these people together. And
Yeah, she's
set them
basically
on a
being...
task.
Oh, what's the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
character
exactly.
who brings
It's
the...
I can't remember what they're called.
Nick
Argos.
Fury, Nick
No,
Fury.
Yeah, they're
Nick
called
Fury.
Argos.
She's the Nick Fury.
Argus.
Argus. Whatever.
I'd like to think it was Argos.
Argos.
It's,
Argus.
Yeah, we'll,
Yeah.
we'll deliver the bomb to you in about 2 days' time.
we've
Or you
got
can
something.
click and collect.
Yeah.
we'll deliver it in 2 days' time. It'll be some point between 9 in the morning and 6 in the evening. We can't guarantee any better than that unless you pay for the premium bomb.
And then, so I think the idea is that they're going to bring these people together to do some dirty work, like I said.
Yeah.
But I think the idea of getting the Joker in is that they're going to have to go to Arkham.
The thing is, what we've got here is a film of anti-heroes. So
Yeah.
in Batman versus Superman... Batman versus superhero. Sorry, versus generic superhero. In Batman versus Superman, you've got two very much good guys, well understood, well known, and yes, they're making them fight each other. Ooh, how exciting! Whereas what we've got in the Suicide Squad is the bad guys, the full anti-heroes starring in the film, and that actually excites me so much more.
I love how they're called anti-heroes rather than supervillains.
Well, it's like an anti-chamber. It's the way into the main bit. You know, it's an anti-hero. It's
See-
the entry to the hero. I'm talking shit.
They're not quite a hero, but
Yeah.
they're also...
Well, it's like Ant-Man.
They're
He's a
anti-hero.
definite anti-hero.
We are definitely on the last recording of the night. So, I'm well excited for both of these, because I'm just, like I said, I'm like you. I'm excited that DC are going, fuck it, let's make a massive universe.
I just
bring
don't-
all these characters
I honestly
together.
don't think I will watch Batman versus Superman unless the reviews are 5-star throughout, in which case I'll go, all right, maybe it's got something to it. I'm expecting
You'll watch it when it's on telly.
the out of 5 reviews to be 2.5 to 3. I think it's going to be pretty bog standard.
I think you are so fucking wrong.
I'll be happy to be
and
disappointed.
You've got it on. It's going to get 5 stars.
Yeah.
The people that rate these sorts of things, like on IMDb and all of that kind of stuff, they'll be the people that are.
I'm talking about the
universe
critics
and stuff.
vote, not the public vote. Because you're right, the ones
okay.
that go, I'm talking about the critics.
That'll be a 9, 9 and a half. That'll be in the
Critics will
top
love it.
100 films.
If the critics love it and everyone says it's all right, I will give Batfleck a go. But at the moment, I am deeply reserved against that. Whereas I have to say, Suicide Squad, I'll be all over that fucker.
If you're on Twitter, you can come and follow me at Barker Podcast, or you can follow the show at Not Listening Pod. Will Ash don't have Twitter, do you?
Well, technically have it.
But you don't
Never
use
use it.
And you don't really want people to follow you, do you?
Don't really care.
I
I got followed by someone, but it turned out they were a robot trying to scam me out of money. That was nice.
There we go. If you're a robot, follow Will.